The world of high fashion and celebrity influence is defined as much by who is absent as by who is present. And in 2026, one of the most talked about absences at the Met Gala was that of Meghan Markle. Once celebrated for her blend of royal poise and Hollywood glamour, she found herself navigating a storm of speculation, whispers, and outright criticism as industry insiders and the public alike wondered why her name was missing from the guest list. Sources close to the event indicate that this was not a mere oversight, but rather a culmination of strained relationships, questionable public relations choices, and perceived misalignments with the unspoken codes of elite social circles. The absence alone became a story, a symbolic marker of shifting influence and the fragility of public status in a world where perception can outweigh history or accomplishment. At the center of this controversy was Anna Wintour with the network's Wintour Overseas. Adding to this, the presence of figures like Jeff Bezos and Sanchez, both influential in Hollywood and tech-adjacent social circles, underscores the broader social dynamics at play. Relationships in these elite ecosystems are delicate. Missteps or perceived overexposure can shift access, and Meghan's absence may reflect precisely that. In the wake of speculation about her Met Gala snub, Meghan posted a highly curated Instagram video featuring Prince Harry and their young son, Archie Mountbatten Windsor, enjoying a snow-filled ski holiday. The footage was polished, intimate, and framed to appear spontaneous, yet critics were quick to suggest that it served as a strategic distraction, a way to divert public attention from the Met Gala controversy and reinforce her image as a caring, family-oriented figure. Analysts pointed out a tension between the content and the commentary of Prince Harry, who has long criticized social media for its harmful influence on children and its invasive intrusion into private lives. This juxtaposition fueled a narrative of perceived hypocrisy and raised questions about whether the video was more about narrative management than genuine family storytelling. Timing, as always, proved critical. The video was released just as discussions about Meghan's absence were reaching a fever pitch, creating the impression that the ski footage was carefully orchestrated to counteract criticism and maintain control over her public image. The move sparked immediate debate among commentators and social media users, with some praising the glimpse into her personal life, while others suggested that the polished, curated nature of the post only reinforced the perception that every action was calculated. The broader conversation touched on themes of authenticity, media management, and the precarious balance between private life and public persona for someone whose visibility has always been amplified. Complicating matters were Meghan's interactions with celebrity social circles, including connections to the Kardashian family, which have been noted for both opportunity and tension. While such relationships could offer visibility and influence within Hollywood's elite, sources suggest that certain interactions or public associations may have created friction, potentially alienating other high-profile figures whose approval and alignment are critical for participation in exclusive events like the Met Gala. The dynamic demonstrates how elite social access is governed by nuanced networks of influence, discretion, and perceived authenticity. For Meghan, navigating these networks requires a delicate balance. Misalignment or overexposure can result in exclusion, as appears to have happened in this case. The Instagram video, while ostensibly a personal family moment, illustrates the broader challenge of modern celebrity PR. Social media offers direct engagement with a global audience, but also magnifies scrutiny. Every frame, caption, and release timing becomes a subject for public interpretation and critique. In Meghan's situation, what might have been intended as a warm, relatable moment for fans became a lightning rod for criticism, reinforcing questions about the intentions behind her public communications. The incident demonstrates how efforts to manage perception can sometimes backfire, creating the opposite effect and attracting attention to the very controversies one seeks to minimize. Observers also highlighted the potential fallout from prior events, including incidents involving celebrity families like the Kardashians, which sources argue may have strained relations with figures such as Jeff Bezos and Sanchez. These tensions underscore the interdependent nature of elite social circles, where missteps can have ripple effects, influencing not only social access, but broader perceptions of influence and legitimacy. Meghan's strategies, once lauded for boldness and modernity, now face heightened scrutiny, reflecting the delicate balance required to maintain both status and credibility in overlapping worlds of royalty, Hollywood, and global media. Media analysts noted that the Met Gala functions as more than a social gathering. It is a symbolic stage reflecting broader societal and cultural judgments about relevance, influence, and taste. Meghan's absence is thus emblematic, signaling not simply a missed appearance but a marker of her current position within the matrix of elite social validation. Her efforts to maintain narrative control through curated social media content highlight the tension between autonomy and perception. Every action, every post becomes part of an ongoing negotiation between personal branding, public expectation, and elite endorsement. And the backlash from the ski video illustrates how finely tuned this balance must be to avoid perceived miscalculation. The broader implications of this episode extend beyond a single event. Meghan Markle's exclusion from the Met Gala, the timing and content of her Instagram ski video, and the responses from media and social commentators illuminate the intricate dynamics of celebrity status, media management, and social influence in the modern era. They reveal how exclusion functions as a form of communication within elite networks, how social media can simultaneously empower and undermine public figures, and how perceived missteps can have cascading effects on relationships, reputation, and perceived legitimacy. For Meghan, the challenge is to navigate these competing pressures while sustaining her media presence and maintaining influence over her evolving public narrative. The aftermath of Meghan Markle's Met Gala snub continued to reverberate through Hollywood, media circles, and the global press, illustrating that absence can be as consequential as presence. While her carefully curated Instagram ski video was intended to shift the narrative, the very act of attempting to control perception only intensified scrutiny. Analysts noted that the polished production, the timing, and the deliberate visibility of both Prince Harry and Archie highlighted the tension between private life and public persona, creating a complex dialogue about authenticity, strategy, and intent. In elite circles, every gesture, no matter how intimate it appears, is interpreted through the lens of influence, access, and social capital. Meghan's attempt to recalibrate her image revealed both the power and the limitations of modern media management. She could project joy and familial warmth, but she could not erase speculation about exclusion or perceived missteps. Insiders suggest that the dynamics surrounding the Met Gala are emblematic of broader cultural and social negotiations, in which reputations are constantly evaluated, reinforced, or challenged by the subtle judgments of peers and gatekeepers. Figures like Anna Wintour exercise authority, not only through invitation, but through the symbolic messages that accompany inclusion or exclusion. The absence of Meghan's name from the list sent a quiet but unmistakable signal, prompting both supporters and critics to reassess her standing within elite social ecosystems. In these spaces, relationships with other high-profile personalities, such as Jeff Bezos and Sanchez, matter as much as visibility. Strategic misalignment, perceived missteps, or overstated self-promotion can result in tangible consequences, including loss of access, influence, or social capital. Compounding the issue is the broader conversation about PR strategy and the balance between visibility and credibility. Meghan's Instagram post, while visually appealing and emotionally resonant, became a case study in how timing and context determine public reception. Critics argue that releasing a family-focused video during a moment of exclusion was less about genuine storytelling and more about narrative management, raising questions about the ethics and effectiveness of such strategies. The juxtaposition of Prince Harry's prior criticisms of social media with their current presence in a curated video amplified these concerns, framing the move as a paradox, an effort to showcase authenticity through the very channels the couple had previously questioned. The fallout from interactions with other celebrity families, such as the Kardashians, further complicates Meghan's position. Sources indicate that prior incidents may have strained relationships with key figures whose approval and proximity matter for participation in events like the Met Gala. In elite networks, access is contingent not only on talent or fame, but on alignment with the social codes of influence and discretion. Meghan's trajectory illustrates the challenges of navigating these intersecting worlds: celebrity, royal legacy, media influence, and elite social capital. Each misstep, real or perceived, carries disproportionate consequences, shaping narratives and influencing future opportunities. Observers also highlight the paradox of power in the modern celebrity landscape. Social media allows figures like Meghan to engage directly with audiences on a global scale, creating unprecedented visibility and influence. Yet this same tool magnifies every action, leaving no room for miscalculation. A single post, perfectly curated in isolation, can backfire when interpreted within the broader context of elite perception, media commentary, and public expectation. Meghan's ski video exemplifies this phenomenon. Intended as a display of familial warmth, it was received as a calculated attempt at distraction, reinforcing skepticism rather than mitigating it. Media analysts note that this tension between authenticity and strategy is central to the contemporary celebrity experience. Figures navigating the overlap between Hollywood, royalty, and global media influence must contend with scrutiny at multiple levels. Fans, traditional media, social platforms, and elite gatekeepers. Meghan's situation underscores the fragility of public standing in such environments. Reputation, once questioned or misaligned, requires careful navigation to restore confidence among peers, maintain audience engagement, and preserve influence. Each choice, where to appear, what to post, who to align with, carries weight, and the Met Gala episode illustrates how quickly misalignment can manifest in visible exclusion. The controversy also highlights the role of narrative framing in public perception. By posting the Instagram ski video, Meghan attempted to shift the storyline from absence to family-focused content, emphasizing joy, intimacy, and parental warmth. Yet the broader context, her recent exclusion, prior public scrutiny, and elite perceptions, transform the post into a lens for critique rather than a neutral display. Commentators pointed out that the very act of attempting to control perception signals an awareness of judgment, creating a paradox in which strategic communication becomes fodder for further analysis. The episode serves as a cautionary tale for those operating at the intersection of public visibility and elite networks, illustrating the complex calculus required to navigate these environments successfully. Inside Hollywood, insiders speculate about the broader ripple effects of this exclusion. Relationships with influential figures like Jeff Bezos and Sanchez, who operate at the nexus of media, technology, and celebrity, are critical for maintaining access to top-tier social events, collaborations, and media partnerships. Meghan's interactions, perceived slights, or overexposure may have contributed to her exclusion, highlighting the subtle ways in which social dynamics, personal reputation, and perceived alignment with elite norms shape opportunities. The incident demonstrates that even global fame and prior accomplishments cannot insulate one from the consequences of misalignment within tightly knit networks of influence. Public discourse has further amplified these tensions. Social media platforms, while offering direct communication channels, also serve as magnifiers of controversy. Every action, video, and post is analyzed, critiqued, and disseminated widely. Meghan's ski holiday video became a focal point for discussion about PR tactics, hypocrisy, and the tension between private life and public visibility. Critics question the ethics of broadcasting familial moments during a period of elite exclusion, while supporters argued that she was entitled to share personal experiences freely. The dichotomy reflects the broader challenge of managing visibility in an era where every action is subject to scrutiny across multiple platforms and audiences. The Met Gala incident, along with the Instagram ski video, illustrates a broader pattern in Meghan Markle's post-royal public life: the interplay of ambition, media strategy, and elite perception. Her efforts to maintain influence and relevance through social media and high-profile engagements are constantly evaluated against shifting standards of authenticity, credibility, and alignment with elite expectations. Each move carries the potential to enhance or diminish status, influence access, and shape public narrative. The stakes are particularly high for figures navigating both celebrity culture and former royal identity, where expectations are simultaneously global, elite, and intensely personal. Ultimately, Meghan Markle's Met Gala exclusion serves as a case study in modern media dynamics, illustrating how absence, timing, and narrative control intersect to shape reputation and influence. The ski video, while ostensibly a display of family life, became an emblem of the challenges inherent in navigating public perception. The incident underscores the delicate balance required to maintain status in interconnected networks of celebrity, media, and elite social influence, demonstrating that every gesture, no matter how well-intentioned, can carry unforeseen consequences. For Meghan, the event is a reminder of the fragile nature of social capital, the complexities of strategic communication, and the high stakes of visibility in a world where perception is as powerful as reality.